Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and to my desk. So I recently moved into a new desk area and you guys have been requesting that I do an updated desk tour, so that's what I'm doing today. So I'll just be showing you the different parts of my little office nook and hopefully it can give you some inspiration on how to organize your own study area. So let us just get started with the 2018 desk tour. So my desk is a corner desk from IKEA, and above my desk I have my whiteboard, which is magnetic, so it's very useful for sticking small reminders onto. Then on my desk I have this little shelf in which I keep random small items. So in the bottom shelf I have a few sticky notes, this little calendar and a box of binder clips, and then I have these two glasses which I've filled with different pens. So in those I keep the pens that I don't use all the time but still find necessary to have within close reach. So I have regular pens in one glass and colored pens as well as some highlighters in the other one. Then on the next shelf I have these two plastic trays. So in the first one I keep my little washi tape collection as well as some old stickers that I don't really use anymore. And in the other one, I have all of my post-its and sticky notes. Then on the top shelf, I just have this calendar which has a very cheesy, very badly translated happy quote for each day. I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh. And then I have this giant hole puncher. Then finally on the top is my little achievement shelf. So I have the White Lines notebook with the cover I designed, as well as my beloved silver play button. Next to the shelf I keep some of my most used items. So first I have my whiteboard markers, and then I have a clock so I can keep track of how long I work without having to use my phone. And then I have this little organizer in which I keep my most used stationery items. So there I just have my most used pens, different kinds of erasers, as well as a few binder clips. So moving on to the other side of my desk, here I just have my planner so I can check it every day. And I use this book stand that I got for free in a bookstore to keep it open so I can always see what I have to do. So next to my desk here is a small bookcase, and this is actually the same one that I showed you in my previous desk tour. So this one has 3 compartments and I'm just going to talk you through what I keep in them. So in the bottom here I just keep random notebooks and such that are either full or that I use for other purposes than studying. So I have my planner for the previous academic year, some journals and such, and just notebooks that I'm not using at the moment but that I would still like to have within close reach. So then in the next shelf I just have a few larger items. So I have my MacBook cover, my calculator, a protractor, a compass, and my old pencil case. And then we have what's probably the most exciting shelf, and this is where I keep the rest of my stationery. So in the front I have all of my mild-liners, and in the back I store different types of coloring pens in this acrylic organizer from Muji. So in that one I have my Stabilo fineliners, some highlighters, these brush pens and Muji pens, and my Tambo brush pens. And in here I also keep my Sarasa colored pens as well as this small pack of highlighters. I just find it very useful to keep all of my stationery of the same kind in one place so that I always know where everything is. So finally, on top of this bookcase, I have this file organizer that I also showed you in my previous desk tour. It's got these retractable compartments and I use them to store my notebooks for the different subjects that I've been working on this year. Then on the wall here, I have this wall file organizer, which is also from IKEA. And in here I keep items that I need to remember for some reason. So I have a few planners, my to-do list book, as well as some items that I'm going to give to friends. Then last but not least, I have my large bookcase. And as with my other bookcase, I keep one type of items in each compartment so that I always know where everything is, and so I always know where to put away my items. We'll start with the bottom shelf, and in here I keep all of my binders. So in these small ones, I have lots of the notes I made during this year, and these large ones are for next year. So in the next shelf, I keep empty notebooks that I'll be using for studying. I have quite a lot of notebooks, but I have been stocking up for this upcoming year. So I've sorted them by brand, so I have White Lines, Muji, Oxford Easy Notes, as well as some generic brand ones that I use for loose leaf paper. And then here I also keep the textbooks that I've used for my math course this year. So in the third shelf, I just have a few items that I don't really know where else to keep, but that I still use quite often. So I have this file holder that I use if I have lots of documents to store, my mastery planner that I often use, as well as a few notebooks that I use for journaling. So this next shelf is where I keep items I use for planning. So here I've got the planners I'll be using this next academic year, some page markers, which I love using both for planners and textbooks, as well as my sticker collection because I just love using stickers to decorate my planner. Finally, on the top shelf, I just have a few acrylic boxes from Muji that I don't quite know what to use for, and then I keep all of my electronics in this bamboo crate from IKEA. So in there I have some spare earbuds, my headphones, and a charger. So that is it for how I organize my desk area. I hope this gave you some tips on how you can organize and decorate your own study space. And if you have any tips or recommendations of your own, then please do feel free to leave them in a comment so others can read them too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another video.